back to the SPORTSCAST live from the Juicy Whip Studios. If you're watching live right now, look like a fucking sun-kissed orange. I didn't realize how fat my face was until I put this jersey on. And this beanie.
You look like a Fanta.
You could squeeze me and drink me for breakfast, people.
You look like a bottle of Fanta, man. That's what you look like.
Some nice orange crush over there.
A bet's a bet is a bet. Hey, it wasn't as bad as the last time I lost the Broncos, but then I had to wear assless chaps. You made it a little easier on me this time.
Right. I didn't know your team wore the assless chaps during the game.
Yeah, they basically did with the ass whooping that they got. Back here on the SPORTSCAST, though, you guys can watch us live right now on our Ustream channel, which is SPORTSCAST Live with a V. Watch all of our videos there, and on YouTube, you guys can see me in all my glory. And
my heart's so happy right
Broncos
now.
beanie, my orange beanie, my orange jersey. I'm wearing all Broncos gear. I paid up my $20. I lost my bet this weekend, and in grand fashion. It wasn't even close.
I offered you the Super Bowl 50 hat or another Broncos shirt, so that's what you chose.
Yeah, I chose the Broncos beanie. I thought it would complement my face. It's not doing that.
Well, I was going to give you the socks, too, but I thought, nah, that's too much.
You should have brought boxers. You should have brought everything, dude.
I have the socks on right now. Look.
Do you have Broncos socks? Oh, my God.
He's rocking the Argyle Bronco sock right there.
Dude,
That's a good look.
It's not a good look.
That's a good look. It is if you beat the Cowboys.
It is. It's a good look if you're a winner.
You ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
You know what? It's like golf. It's like golf. You can dress however you want. If you play well, then you look fine.
Right.
If you don't, then
look
you
at
just
John
look
Daly, right?
Yeah,
when John Daly wins, he looks just fine.
When he doesn't, he looks like a jackass.
Right? But hey.
Yeah, he owns it, though, right? You got to own it, I guess, right? Big weekend, though, in sports. We'll get to all the NFL action, recap a little bit of week 2, give you our opinions and whatnot about college football as well. Knocker had some good games. You went to the USC Texas game, Knocker.
USC game, yes.
And, man, can those two teams just play every freaking year?
I wish they were on the schedule every year.
Fantastic. But they came through. The Trojans.
It was a horrible, horrible game for three and a half quarters.
Sam Darnold.
And then it went wild. He had a horrible game.
Until the very last drive.
Until the last drive when they needed him. The last drive was utterly fantastic. And yes, Dr. Rob, they may be overrated, but I think you're underrating Texas more than you're overrating USC. I think they lost to Maryland was an anomaly. I think Maryland's a better team than people think.
You can't.
But this is a proud team. Texas is a proud team. They're a proud university, a proud tradition, and they came here to beat USC. They played. I was there. They played physical. They played very well, and for the first time, Clay Helton got out-coached.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
You just play that song, and we're always going to be on.
Right? He got out-coached. The Texas defense. But they played very well. They had Donald running around, but he was throwing passes behind people, below people, in the air, and we dropped 6-7 passes right in our hands. We had the ball in the red zone, couldn't get nothing done, 3 4th and 1s. They stopped us. Credit to Texas, man. But sign of a champion, to win a championship, you have to win a game like this. It's a win. It was a win. They were down by 3 points with 45 seconds left. No time outs. And they still somehow found a way to win this game. 5 weeks from now, if they're 8-0, it's not going to matter how they won that game. They're still 8-0.
Yeah.
Right? It's not going to matter. Every team that wins a championship has a game like this. Ohio State had a few tight ones. Clemson should have lost. They actually lost the game last year.
Yeah, the pick game.
Right? So you just move on. They may be a little overrated, but
when it comes to the end of the season, no one's going to remember this game.
Right, it's a win.
It's a win. When the
right?
win
It's a win. It's a win. It's a win. It's a win.
You know what?
It's not.
But it was sheer madness. But
how was it? How was it though? 103,000.
It was very
people
frustrating.
sold out.
I may not ever go to a live game again.
That's funny.
I just might
My father-in-law went to Stanford the week before,
right?
And he said the same thing. He said it was a great time, but he said, "I don't think I need to go to another game unless it's a playoff game." And I've got good tickets, I'll go. But he said it's just madness. To get out of the parking lot.
But even if you have good seats, the TV timeouts, the delays, it's not There is no flow
yeah.
to a football game. At least you're at home and the commercials are on.
Grab a beer, smoke
you can
a ball,
go grab
you
a
can do
beer,
what you want. Yeah.
whatever. You have a quickie and come back.
Yep.
But you're sitting in the stands and
Mom
nothing's
Pacheco doing
happening.
her
You
job.
just had a turnover, and the team that just got momentum now has to wait 4 minutes
Yeah.
to snap the ball. It's infuriating. It's frustrating. I didn't dig it at all. But it was really nice to be there for the last 2 drives, Texas's and our tying drive and the overtime.
Yeah.
It was great. It was electric. The place was
be, yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. But one set of gates at the peristyle end, there's 100,000 people.
Yeah.
One set of gates at the peristyle end, one set of gates at the closed end. That was it to let people out.
Yeah.
Absolute insanity trying to get out of there. I just don't feel the need to do that again.
I was in the bar. I was in Clubhouse 66 over here for the first week. So for the first week, and it was the Chiefs-Patriots game, and there was a guy next to me, and he said, you know what? I went to the Rose Bowl, and the Rose Bowl's terrible. He's like, the Coliseum's much better. I'm like, have you been to the Coliseum?
Yeah,
like, the Coliseum, I can't believe that such a prestigious program like SC is in that dump.
Yeah.
It really is a dump.
You can get lost at UCLA and wind up at the Beverly Hilton. You get lost by the Coliseum and you might get shot.
It's historic, and I don't mind the views. I really don't mind being in there.
But renovate it, make it nice. It should be.
They have, but it was built in 1920 something. There's not much you can do. The biggest problem is the Rams moved in.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rams moved in. Now there's metal detectors. Now there's limited entrances. Now there's limited exits.
NFL status more than a college.
And USC, screw them too. You can't park on campus anymore because of threats and this and that. It's just not the same vibe. But I'd much rather go to a college football game than an NFL game.
I went to the
tailgating was off the hook, bro. Yeah. You missed a good time.
Tailgating
was off
I had
the
a babysitter
hook,
that night. I could have gone with you. I had a babysitter. I can't turn down the wife when you don't have a babysitter. Anyone that's married, you know what I'm talking about. I got laid, so it's all good.
You know what's funny is I was in Hollywood, North Hollywood that night. I went out with one of my buddies, and there was so many Texas fans. We went to
there were a ton there.
Man.
It was awesome.
Our boy Steve. I'm sorry, go ahead.
But it was just funny kind of teasing them. I was like, oh, good. You guys played well today. And they were just like so bitter. And just
it's
up.
a good rivalry, man.
You know what? That's the one thing I will say. USC brings out the best in Texas.
Yeah.
And that's to your point where that's a rivalry game, so anything can go in that type of game. But I just don't think Texas is you can't have Maryland hang up 51 on you and be a good team.
Well, that's game 1. Shit happens in game 1. If it happens in game 9, you got a problem.
Yeah.
So we'll see where they go from there. Now, they played SC well, but they couldn't run the ball. Going into the fourth quarter, Texas had 3 yards on the ground, and I believe 89 yards in the air, and one of them was a 60-yard pass, like the second play of the game. USC's defense absolutely annihilated Texas's offense except for the one drive.
Yeah.
You know what I was impressed by is Texas's quarterback, no matter how bad he was playing, he always seemed to make big throws in crunch times. There was a lot of third downs in the fourth quarter.
You gotta give credit to that
in the
kid.
overtime, they took penalties
freshman,
on 3 of their possessions, which made it 1st and 25. And
they
converted every single one. If not for ripping the ball out on the 1-yard line, they're going in for a touchdown on their second possession.
Good game. It was great to watch on TV. The TV experience was great.
And I will say this, though.
Okay,
they deserve to get jumped by Penn State in the polls.
Yeah.
Okay, Penn State deserves
I think so too.
to be number 4.
I agree with you on that. So we'll get to your polls
coming up.
Watch out
this week for Penn State.
All right, we'll talk about that. College football towards the end of the show here. Knockers are going to break it down once again. Had a winning weekend, went 3-2, so not bad. Won you guys some money. You got to say that. I went again 4-1, baby. I am just on fire making so much money for you guys. 8-2-1. 8-2-1 to start the season, man.
But did the Cowboys cover?
God damn. My only loss was the Cowboys. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Show me the money. That's it, bro.
What I was doing this weekend, baby.
Show me the money. I need to feel me the money. Show me the money.
Knocker this weekend. I started talking about events though. I went to Angels game on Friday. I'm out of there by the 8th inning, dude. Top of the 8th is when I leave. I don't sit in that traffic parking lot, dude. You got to get out for an hour. It's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. I saw the movie It as well.
Oh, how was that?
So good.
Really?
It's really funny.
Even the end?
It's really.
Is it scarier than the original?
Yes. Oh, much scarier and much more gory.
Even the end?
Ooh.
They changed the end. It's not the same.
Oh,
Remember how the end? Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it because if you haven't seen it, the original, I'm sorry, I'm gonna spoil it for you. The clown turns into a big spider at the end.
Right, the end of the miniseries.
Yeah.
The miniseries was compelling. Tim Curry was awesome.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Yes.
And it's a fucking spider. At the end of 3 nights, it's a spider.
So everything
Spooky spider, though.
Everything was right on point, Knocker.
Okay.
Except they changed any what I liked, and the kid from that Netflix series,
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, the curlier kid, funniest dude. That movie made
Now,
me
they
and
said it's
Jackie laugh.
Kind of Goonies.
It is.
type.
It's very much Goonies, but a little
And
gore.
horror,
Yeah,
yeah.
horror. It was a great movie, gotta say. And then real quick, now before we move on to football, this video, I just want to give you guys. Have you seen the video I posted? That viral video of the Nazi that getting punched out on the street.
Yeah, I did.
I've had news people contact me. This thing's still going viral for us. My Twitter's just going crazy.
Yeah,
I want to know your thoughts just real quick. I don't want to get into too much of public opinion and all that stuff, but if a Nazi was wearing, like, if you saw someone like that on the street and he was being, I guess, flamboyant and saying, degrading or racist stuff, do you mind that the guy basically punched the dude? Like, do you have a problem with the guy walking up to the dude and just punching him? Now, Knocker, you've seen the video, correct?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the video here?
He deserved it, but you can't do that.
Yeah.
He was unprovoked, and it was a sucker punch, and you just can't do that. This is America. You have the right to wear that armband, and I will defend that right. You have the right to be an asshole. You have the right to be totally and completely wrong in your beliefs. But if you aren't touching, if you're not touching, see, he's putting his hand out. Just back off.
Yeah, here's the video. Knocker.
Right?
I'm gonna throw the video
If
up
you're
on our
not
big
touching
screen here.
anybody and you're not attacking anybody, you have the right to wear that and to talk peacefully and to do what this guy was doing. So
Here's the clip right here for you guys.
They deserve the welfare. No, it's fine.
Dude, just done.
Yeah!
Nothing to talk about.
Just out cold, dog.
I mean, that's assault. I'm sorry.
It is, and that's what people, and that's why my Twitter's just blowing up because you've got both sides of the thing. Everyone's, you punched out a Nazi, all right, but at the same time, it's like, dude, the guy just walked up to some guy and punched him in the face.
He has the right to say that. As horrible and horrific and wrong as he is, this is America, and you have the right to do that.
Is that the first time you've seen it, Cam?
No, I actually saw it. My first initial reaction was, this is why I don't like to talk politics, because violence with violence never solves anything.
I agree with that.
So you just create more hate based on this.
There's a lot of people saying that on my Twitter.
So that's why I just don't even really want to talk about this, because it's getting to the point where, like, just I think both sides of whatever argument you're going to have are so intolerant of everybody's opinions that you get these type of things, and it's not a good look. All the way around.
Yeah, all the way around.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
All right, let's move on. Let's get to football. Here we go, Knocker. Last week, this week was a good football weekend, Knocker, on both sides. Let's get to the NFL. Here we go. All right, B-Knock, getting into some football here. NFL. We're already on week 3 here. Week 2 was a doozy. We had some pretty good games here, Knock.
There were some good finishes.
The Bengals still suck. I'm going to
Wow.
throw that out
My
there.
God.
Is that might be one of the, is that the worst? I mean,
Wow.
the Jets at least give you an effort and can score.
You know what? This is
You know?
and I've been wondering when this type of year was going to happen for the Bengals.
Right.
This is the year Marvin Lewis. You got to go.
You got to go.
Yeah, like you haven't been able to get it done. You can't get over the hump. Andy Dalton's starting to fizzle out. It's like, Jesus, man. And you know what? I thought they were going to do well with Joe Mixon, and their defense is good. I mean,
Something's
it's bad.
wrong. Something's rotten.
Yeah, something's getting wrong. Well, also, something's wrong, Knocker, with the New York Giants, man. I mean, the inept offense scored 3 points against Dallas, and then last night, Knocker, Monday Night Football, they make the Lions look like a playoff team. I don't know how good the Lions are. I mean, they do have a good team. Their running back is finally healthy. Stafford looks like he knows what it is. Stafford and Alex Smith are having just fantastic years so far.
You can say whatever you want about Stafford's contract. He is the best quarterback in the NFL statistically right now.
He looked very good yesterday.
He did look very good. You know, he
incredible.
didn't look good, though, was Eli Manning for the second straight game, Knocker. Probably for like second straight year. This guy has not produced. Is it time for the Giants to move on from Eli Manning? As we know, quarterback position there's a lot of people that love to have him. I mean, I'm sure there's 10 teams in the NFL that pick him up right away. But is it time for the Giants to move on? When does a quarterback overstay his welcome almost? Yeah, he's got 2 rings, but he might be the worst two-ring Super Bowl quarterback I've ever
Well,
seen.
you used to be able to hide his deficiencies. Can't move around in the pocket. He doesn't really have the strongest arm in the NFL. But the New York Giants, forever, their defense was fantastic, and their offensive line, they could run the ball, chew the clock. He didn't have to win the game by himself. Now it's just the opposite. Their defense is still pretty good. He has zero offensive line. The left tackle that they have is horrid. The offensive line is already switched. They moved a guard to tackle because a tackle got hurt, and a second-string guard. So now he could do some things back there. He can't do them anymore because he's totally under pressure. They cannot run the ball. And I'm sorry, but Brandon Marshall and the other receiver, Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, Brandon Marshall catch the goddamn
balls.
Football. Yeah.
You're paid to catch the freaking
it really
ball.
Was. That was ridiculous.
Catch the ball.
That Brandon Marshall drop was huge, too.
It all falls on Eli. That's why stats don't mean crap, because Eli looks like crap on his percentages. But if these guys catch the effing ball,
yeah. But Eli also needs to know is watch the play clock and not get a delay a game on the 1 yard line, costing your team.
I understand all that, but that's why stats are misleading, right? You look at that stat sheet and goes, oh, Manning sucked. Well, if guys catch 5 more passes, he's got that many more yards. They continue some more drives. They hold onto the ball. Detroit doesn't get the ball back. I mean, everything rolls into that. That's why stats don't mean crap. You have to see the game and see under what context this stuff happened. And having said all that, that's just a bad football team.
I will say this. That's why quarterback rating was invented, because it accounts for drops and things like that of that nature so that they can factor that into quarterback rating. This is why Super Bowl rings and how many people win is the most overrated argument in sports. He's won 2 rings. He is not a 2-ring Super Bowl quarterback. He got lucky to have those 2 rings. Now, he did play well in situations that he led them down the field and stuff, but, I mean, my God.
Yeah,
he is horrible.
It's pretty bad. So what do you think? Should the Giants, the season looks like it's maybe probably almost lost. You get him out after this year, man. You start over. Because the coach ain't gonna last year with Eli.
And you know what? And I'll give you that. You should keep the defensive coordinator. The one thing I will say is you got to keep Eli Manning only because you don't have anything else.
Sure.
What you should do is you shouldn't necessarily press for a quarterback, like trade up like the Bears did for Trubisky. But you're looking for that guy.
You find that second, third rounder like a Dak or someone, Russell Wilson, someone you can get later in the draft and do something. They're looking really bad.
There's a lot of good quarterbacks coming out soon. Mm-hmm. So that the one thing that they can do that they can bank on is there'll probably be 4 or 5 prospects where they'll be like, okay, they can go a couple different outlets.
They need a quarterback with that line is someone who can move and run around and gain some yards running the ball. And who doesn't have a job?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to that. I got some really interesting stats.
Because that team could use that player right now just for the simple fact there's no protection. Run and get me 5 yards on a scramble, man.
The one thing I will say is no quarterback in this league is going to do well without a left tackle. That's the most important position on the offensive line. Probably on offense.
They can't run the football. You can't run the football. You're not going to win in the NFL. It's just plain and simple.
And be that as what you just stated, the left tackle for the Lions sucks also. Greg Robinson. The Rams got rid of him. They dumped him. First-round draft pick. Right?
Yeah,
that's a testament to how good Matthew Stafford is, because every time this guy missed a block, Stafford was maneuverable enough and smart enough.
I mean, Stafford's got some feet on him.
Right.
He's not bad. Lions, hey, man, they've got a tough game against Atlanta, but this team, I think they can possibly make in the wild card. I think Green Bay still wins that division, but watch out for the Lions NFC wild card.
2-0, they're in a really good spot already.
Well, Knocker Teen, it's not in a good spot. Your Carolina Panthers, man.
Oh, F.
I know they win 2-0.
That
Greg Olsen, though, going to be
6.5 point spread.
What did I tell you?
6.5 points.
What did I tell you?
They win 9-3. Are you flipping kidding me?
What did I tell you about the Panthers this year?
You're kidding me.
Are they 2-0? Are they 2-0, people?
Yeah, but they haven't
played
played
so let's just back off a little bit.
They will not win a playoff game.
Yeah. No, they won't make it to the playoffs. When they play in their division.
Not without Greg Olsen, who's brought a broken foot now. Panthers just announced. Knocker, this guy played 16 games every season since 2007.
Yeah,
Knocker. He's
absolute
been on the field.
stud.
Absolutely unbelievable. What, Ma? What does she want you on?
Excuse me, people.
What is happening?
What
are you interrupting the show for,
The
Ma?
lovely Wendy is calling, and I must leave.
God damn you.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Oh, you're late for yoga? Mom's going to yoga? Damn. I know you're down on the Panthers, though, but, man, that defense is legit, I think, for the day, and that's what's going to keep them in games all season. But like you said, they can't pass the football.
The question is, do you think they're better than Tampa Bay right now or Atlanta?
I would take Tampa. That Tampa Bay defense looked amazing.
I'm telling you, that's what I've said.
The Bears.
So here's my thing: is they're going to play in a tough division, and I honestly think that New Orleans can sneak a game on them.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Awesome says, "Is that hat makes you look like you're bald?" Thank you. I've got. Does it make you look bald? My beanie?
Kind of a little bit. It looks great. Don't listen to what he says.
I mean, as Adrian Peterson he's done, right? Complete bust.
You know what?
I mean, he's already going off on Sean Payton here, saying I didn't sign up for 9 snaps. There's tension already on the field. You can see it. We've already seen an episode. With 3 running backs, I don't even know why they signed the guy.
That's what I thought.
You know what I mean?
My thing is, it's not a big fit. I think Adrian Peterson didn't have a lot of opportunities. I think that's kind of on him for signing there as well. But he's also got to realize you're not the guy anymore who ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
You are a broken down 32, 33-year-old running back.
Can't catch the ball.
That's not a receiver. You're a bell cow running back, and there's not a lot of those. And the thing is they have 2 guys that run very similar with Ingram and Peterson.
Yep.
And I like Kamara a lot, and they just drafted him, so they're going to give him more time. I do not think Adrian Peterson finishes after this offseason. He will not be with the Saints.
I agree with you on that. I don't even know if he gets with a different team at this point because I think
he will be cut, but he will not, after next offseason, he will not be with the Saints.
And if you have him on fantasy, just drop the kid. It's not even worth holding on to the bench.
There's so many better running backs.
Yeah, at this
There's
point.
So many better options.
Moving on here, let's get into my power rankings coming up here. Cam, I know you love these. My power rankings are your favorite. I know you wait every single Tuesday for me to put them out. You wait by the Twitter. You just wait to see what Josh is going to throw out there and what you can comment on. So
pile of crap.
Let's bring mine up here, right here. Let's start from the bottom here. I had some movers and shakers, a couple new teams inside my top 10. So that's good news. All right, my number
10.
Number 10 team, Cam, is the team we just talked about. The Carolina Panthers.
Ugh.
Number 10 team, their defense is amazing. Their defense is amazing. And I don't care what
you smoke way too much weed.
No. You tell me I can't put a 2-0 team in my top 10 in my number 10 spot? Really?
You can.
Who did they just play this week?
They played, who did they play this week? Who did they beat? The Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat the Bills. They beat the Niners before.
And they can only score 9 points?
That's
Do
great.
you think that team is deserving of a top 10
Yeah, there's no
ranking?
I do.
Dude, they barely beat the 49ers.
putting them at 10.
They played at home and they looked
Putting
like
them at
crap.
10. They're still
and they
2-0.
didn't cover.
They win.
F them.
Wins a win to win. Wins a win to win.
They're a top 20 team.
Wins
no
a win.
more than
All right,
that.
so both you guys hate my number 10
I
pick
would
then.
I would say they're somewhere in the range of like 15 to 20. Right?
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Probably like 15.
Well, you already shot
16.
down my first one. Let's go with
Number 9.
Number 9 here, but Knocker. I knocked them all the way down from number 1 to number 6. I mean, number 9 here. I mean, what am I saying?
This guy right here, right?
This
Yeah,
guy.
we could trust your rankings.
What number? I'm bringing this team actually into my top 10 for the first time, Knocker. They looked impressive. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 9. That defense looked absolutely amazing against the Bears. I know it's the Bears.
Again.
Great turnovers.
The
though.
Bears.
The Bears. Hey, they look good though, right? I mean,
the Falcons. The Bears played the Falcons pretty well.
good too,
Yeah, they
and the
don't
Bucks literally lit them up. So I'm going to put the Bucks here at number 9. Are you guys going to give me crap for that one?
No,
Okay.
I think the Bucks are
They're
good
better than Carolina.
Okay, all right. How about this?
That was my wild card pick going into this year. That the Titans and the Bucks were going to take a big step forward.
All right, here we go. My
Number 8.
number 8 team, Knocker, is my one and only Dallas Cowboys. I know they got shellacked this weekend against the Broncos, but everyone gets shellacked against the Broncos in Mile High, even Brady. I think he's 7-9 lifetime. You guys just own everybody that goes there. So let's just chalk up that loss to Denver's really good at home, and they have probably the best defense we've ever seen over the last 3 years, like you said. It's almost dynasty-esque right now.
Almost.
I'm going to put Dallas at number 8 here because I still think they're one of the strongest teams in the NFC with their offense. I think their defense bounces. I think they bounce back in a big way against Arizona on Monday Night Football this week, and they go to 2-1. I got Dallas at 8. Are you guys going to argue with me on number 8 there?
Yeah, I'll give that to you. They're top 10. They're top 10. So
I
that's
would say as of 2 weeks, them and the Titans to me are very similar teams. So can I number 8
You can
with the
go.
Titans?
That's fine.
Titans and Cowboys are the
I
same
named the
team.
Titans in my top 10. So here we go.
Number 7.
Number 7, Knock. I love how both you guys hate this. It's just I love the hate that you guys have for my picks.
because you're full of crap.
Yeah.
Number 7, I'm going to give to the Broncos.
Oh my God, number
number
7.
seven
Oh,
here?
you got to be kidding me.
No, why? Because you're 2-0. You should
They're
be
not
1-1. You should be 1
They're not even
and 1.
top 5.
No, they're not top 5.
Wait a minute? Time out. Where did
Trevor?
you?
Do you see Trevor Simeon holding up a
Where?
Super Bowl trophy? Because I
Where?
don't. I don't. Sorry.
Where did you have the Cowboys ranked last week?
3.
Okay,
They dropped down to 8.
And Denver
They
just
dropped to
shellacked them.
Yes,
but they don't move up
almost
into the
lost to
top
Chargers.
5.
They should be 1-1.
Hold on. So we give.
Win on the road. I want to see the Broncos go on the road and show me something.
Hold on. So Denver gives you 7 of 8 quality quarters.
I love how much you guys hate this.
Simeon has the most passing yards in the league right now.
Yes.
Along with tied for the most touchdowns.
Yes.
And they're not number 1. And they're
No.
not in the top 5.
No.
You're high.
Okay, fine.
It's
Whatever,
just
guys.
after
I'm
2
high.
weeks, they've been one of the best teams.
weed every day.
Okay, I'm gonna go. So you guys disagree with that one. Here we
Totally.
Number 6.
Completely.
If this is a
Number
Patriots, I'm
6,
gonna lose
I'm
my
going
mind.
with number 6. I'm going with the Packers, man. They dropped down from number 1 to number 6. Kim just walked out of that room. You literally just walked out of the studio. Cam, all right. I'll put. You want me to put the Broncos in front of the Packers?
Yes.
No, I want you to put a team.
Simply because they're 2-0.
No, simply because if I think that Denver went to Atlanta, I think that Atlanta beats them as well.
Green Bay got their ass handed.
And Jordy
to
Nelson
them.
got hurt in the very first quarter. That changes a lot of the game. And he was without 2 of his tackles. All right, you just said how line play is
So
important.
how do they end up being ranked that high?
Because I feel that they're on a neutral. Okay, we explained this before I put my power rankings. My power rankings go as if I put the teams on neutral fields, who's going to beat each other?
Denver.
Okay,
Denver will beat Green Bay right now in a neutral field for the 2 reasons you just said. The injuries in Jordy Nelson and the 2 other offensive linemen. You play right now in a neutral field, Denver wins the game.
And you know what? The last time we
I love it.
The last time we
it all work itself out in the end, people. I'll be right.
The last time we played the Packers at home, it was very similar to the Cowboys game. Aaron Rodgers, that was probably one of his worst career games.
I think you'll agree with me on number
5.
No.
Okay, number 5.
If it's the Patriots, I'm going to lose my mind too.
Is the Oakland Raiders. At number 5
No!
here. 2 good wins.
I don't mind.
The Raiders right now
You
are...
just said the Titans are a good football team. They went on the road, beat the Titans.
I agree with that.
Thank
but
you, Knocker.
They've got a pretty damn good football team.
Are they better than through 2 weeks?
Look,
Have they
Bronco-
played?
Bronco love is coming
better
out.
than Kansas City or Denver?
No.
Okay,
I
then there
agree
you
with
go.
you that I didn't say the Raiders shouldn't be number. I didn't say. I'm not arguing the Raiders shouldn't be number 5 ahead of Denver. Denver should be rated ahead of them.
My only problem is
I don't have a problem with them being number 5 as long as Denver's number 3 or number 2.
You're pitting me and Knocker against each other because you've screwed everything up. That's why. You've screwed all these power rankings.
Denver should be in front of the Raiders.
I
I'll give you
agree.
that.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
I think the Raiders at number 5 is not a bad choice.
Okay.
I'm all right with the Raiders in the top 5. I'm insulted that you have my team at 7.
Okay, all right.
Number 4.
Should be.
4. I hope you're insulted by this
Is
one
it-
because I got the Patriots at
Oh
number 4.
my God.
What? Oh, the
Oh
Patriots on a top 5 team?
God.
Are you kidding me? The Patriots are not a top 5 team.
If you flip Denver and New England, I don't have a problem with you.
I'm all right with that.
You guys are high. Did you see what the Patriots just did?
Through 2 weeks, do you think the Patriots have been a top 5 team in football? Tell me yes or no.
They were a top 5 team this week, not the week before. First week of the season.
They played the Saints this week, who got shellacked by the
Thank you.
Vikings.
They played nobody. They played
And
one
you
of the
know what's-
worst teams in the league.
And you know what's funny? They played statistically the worst defense in the league. And the Saints still put up 20 points on them, like 20, 25 points.
Okay. All right, guys. I love how
You flip Denver and New England, I'm okay with that.
Number 3.
Number 3.
It's
I'm going to
be
go with the Chiefs.
disrespectful.
Number 3 at the Chiefs. Why is that disrespectful, the Chiefs?
They're the best
They
team in
could have
football.
lost that game. They were tied in that game to the Eagles with the second string,
Oh, but a win is 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 a win.
You're right. That's why I keep him at number 3. Thank you very much. Win is a win. That's why they stay.
I think the Eagles deserve to be in the top 10, too. I think the Eagles are a top 10 team in
All
football.
right, so I got Chiefs.
disrespectful at 3.
Everyone hates this one.
Number 2.
Why are you so high in the Steelers? The Steelers. The Steelers. Because they have one of the best rosters I've ever seen in football. They're 2-0, okay?
That great roster
They're
beat
2-0.
Cleveland by a whole 3
And
points.
just like your team,
Right.
Yeah.
just like your team and just like Seattle, just like Dallas, when you're at home, you play a lot better, right? And when you're away, you don't play as good. Well, that's just like the Steelers, so don't give me...
Dude, they played a team with no quarterback this week. I'm not giving anything to them for beating Minnesota with no quarterback.
Number
one's the Atlanta Falcons, obviously.
I'm all right. Okay, Atlanta should be in the top 3. I give you that. I will
okay,
say...
so you two give me your top 3 right now.
My top 3?
Yeah.
Kansas City, Denver, Atlanta.
Knocker.
In order.
I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah.
Really?
They're the 3 best teams in football.
I might put Atlanta first and Kansas City second because I think if Kansas City and Atlanta played on a neutral field, that Atlanta would win.
Yep.
Okay? But I have no problem with that 1, 2, 3. None at all. None at all.
And you know what?
I got your guys.
The Oakland Raiders.
Cam's all jacked up right now.
The Oakland Raiders should be in the top 5 as well. And I don't know who necessarily I'd put as 4 right now. The Packers and the Patriots, to me, are probably 2 of the most overrated teams in football right now as of how they've played, and the Steelers.
And you don't have your Lions anywhere in the top 10?
It's the fucking Lions, okay.
But they're 2-0. Win's a win.
It is a win.
You know what?
You're right.
You know what?
But if I put the Lions on a neutral field against any of my top 10, they're losing.
You know what really pisses me off is you knock the Broncos for barely beating the Chargers when the Chargers in the last season and how much they've played have played 11 one-possession games where they've lost.
Right.
But you don't knock the Steelers for playing the Browns and beating them by 3.
I'll put the Broncos top 3 next week, okay?
They should already be top 3. Disrespect.
More disrespect when we get back after this. It's the Jersey Cam.